I was raised to believe that a man doesn't cry. If that's the truth, why the fuck these tears land in my eyes? But these men handle business, so I'm handling mine. If you think I owe you something, well then stand in the line. Got my middle fingers up, both hands to the sky. Put my name on the line, quit slandering mine. Some nights I just ride and stare at the sky. I wish you felt how I feel. Something that's so fun could go so wrong. We know addiction kills. Some nights I just ride and stare at the sky. I'm wondering how it feels when you lose control. The truth unfolds, and now we know addiction kills.
All right, a little bit Jelly Roll. Wake it up. What's up, Ron C? It's got a lot of meaning behind that, man. I watched a couple of his videos, man, and you can see the sincerity in there. And all right, Ron, I hear you. 2 classes in the lab today. Well, have fun dissecting those frogs and making your chemical concoctions today. Fucking Ron's been hammering out the fucking college classes, man. I have to say, man, that's what's up, man. He's out there trying to make big things happen. Trying to get that degree from Oklahoma and bring it back to the NC. I could have went to UNC, but I'm just saying. Oh, that's right. You're a Duke fan. Asshole. Shit, man. So what's going on up in South Dakota today?
Well, today we are going to freeze our asses off. And then when we're done freezing our asses off, we're going to go ahead and give another part of our body over to the cold. I mean, that's always fun.
Oh, yeah.
My daughters are getting stirred up and getting ready to go to school. My oldest daughter's got a choir competition this morning that we're going to go and watch. So that's pretty cool. She's a very, very talented young singer. And then my youngest daughter's going to school to dissect frogs and shit.
So Ronnie, your youngest daughter's got a little something in common today.
There you go.
Okay, man. That's what's up. So we talked a little bit on Raw Real with CJ last night. A little bit about Operation I Got Your Six. So we're going to kind of throw it out over these airways as well. Hey, we're looking to talk to the Underground at the end of the month. We got a meeting. The Underground is one hell of a venue down here in downtown Charlotte. Something that we are shooting for. And it's funny, some of the things that you asked me last night when I got up and I was posting the show out to Facebook. One of my Facebook friends that lives, I think it's Oregon, was said, if somebody put $5,000 in your banking account today, what would you do with it? And that was my answer. I was like, I would pay for Operation I Got Your Six venue in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I was like, well, so, we are, if you're wanting to be a sponsor on an event that is there to help veterans, first responders, their families and whatnot, this is a great opportunity for anybody who's out there. The venue costs $5,000. I'm putting the first G down on it. It's something that I can achieve over time, but we would like to bring some sponsors into this because we want to take I Got Your Six, nationwide. This is, over a little bit of time when I first came into the veteran community and this Facebook community or whatnot. That's one thing that a lot of people said was they wanted to see everybody get up together underneath one roof. And I didn't see it happening. So I was like, you know what? Talked to Madison Rising, had them come out and play. Of course, they're coming out at number 2 along with Aries Cobain from Redcon 1 and Kings Hollow for your entertainment purposes. And we got to coordinate this hike with Stephanie Parker and her mom for Reverend Warriors to do a little hike beforehand. But this is a chance for, your organizations out there, your foundations and stuff, to come out and set up a little booth and meet people face to face. You know, it's great we got all this help and we can call people on the phone or we can do a little Skype call or something like that. But when you really get up in front of somebody and you can see that passion and stuff in their eyes, get that handshake, that bro hug, you know, there's nothing like it, I think, personally. And for people to come out and just have fucking fun. You know, we'll have a couple of raffles or whatnot that we'll do. And, you know, after that, you know, we'll start planning the next one. Hopefully the next one we can take a little bit away from the East Coast and we can start moving out. And if you're interested in hosting an Operation I Got Your Six, then email me at brian@dangerousgroundsnetwork.com and we'll see what we can do and whatnot. So, and I want to say big thanks to Chris for putting that info out over a show last night. Brother, we really do appreciate that, man, and I'm so glad that you're going to be a part of it. It's really fucking awesome, man, to bring badass family into this, man, that sees what the mission is and wants to be a part of it. You know, this is not game for anybody except for our brothers and sisters to be able to get the help that they need and to bring family and friends together and have a good time.
Yeah, it's important, I think, for people to get involved in things like this. When you initially told me about it, it was one of those no-brainers. I just got it. It was like, it didn't have to explain it. It was like, Operation I Got Your Six. Boom, done. I got it. And, you know, for Ripka Media and Saloon 7 Studios to work with you on that. And like I said, I'm throwing that $500 out just so they're now your 1,000, my 500. You're down even more. We're down to like $3,500. So that should be easier yet. I mean, look, it's already coming down. The numbers are coming down.
Yep.
But you know, it doesn't take much. And you talk to any veteran on the street. You can talk to man or woman. Veterans are veterans. It doesn't matter what sex you are. It just matters that you served and that you gave everything you had while you were there. You talk to any of them on the street, and it doesn't matter if they have PTS or not. Every single one of them is broken in a little way. And I'm not saying broken like in, oh, my God, I feel so bad for you, broken. I'm talking about every one of us left something out there, whether it be friendships, whether it be, you know, whatever it is. Friendships are the biggest things. We met some of the most amazing people we'll ever have the privilege to know in our lifetimes overseas. Because when we come home, we separated, we did our thing. We don't see these people anymore. And some of those relationships that we forged are just you just can't beat it. You just can't replace it. So this is definitely one of those times where it's an opportunity for those people to say, you know what, I'm going to be at Operation 6. I know there's going to be people at Operation 6. Who knows? We can either rekindle some of those relationships or we can start brand new relationships with people who are the same as us, who feel the same as us. And it gives the community, the non-veteran community, an opportunity to see us and interact with us and to be present with us in a moment that we are all coming together for one great cause.
Yeah, and that's and you know you hit one of those main key points on there is just to bring people together, you know, and that's a lot of it behind it is just Big Ron C says, "What's happening, Chris?"
What's up, Ron? How you doing, brother?
But it's you know we'll get it there. We'll get it there, and it's surely gonna pay off for our brothers and sisters. And one of the big reasons that this is happening is to donate money to the Lone Survivor Foundation. They're building a facility here in North Carolina, so that way veterans wherever on this part of the country can go to their retreats. They got single retreats, couple retreats, retreats dealing with PTS. They got all kinds of programs that are just phenomenal, and you don't have to pay for them. You just have to have a couple of forms signed off by your doctor and whatnot, saying that you're good to go, and boom, you get in there, and that's epic. I've talked to quite a few people that's gone through some of their programs before, and they say it's so worth it. I mean, like the ropes courses. I mean, stuff that I miss doing that would be a little bit harder for me to do nowadays because of my legs. But remember the ropes course and stuff that we had in basic and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I love those courses.
They got those set up out there and whatnot, so it's phenomenal what they do. And one of the things that has kind of sprung something to mind is we got the National Water Park practice center for the USA Olympic teams. You're funny, Ron. See, give me a hell of a fucking Clemson football. Dude, I don't see NC State nowhere near where Clemson's at. I'm sorry, but you take your Wolfpack and go back to the mountains.
It's funny. I lived in Omaha, Nebraska, working out of Offutt Air Force Base for a while, and there was a common term there that anytime they flushed a toilet, they would always say, "See you in Oklahoma." I don't know, something about Nebraska, Oklahoma football. I never got caught up in that whirlwind of.
Right. Did you know there is a couple of cities in Oklahoma that's actually been deserted because of old landfills? In the top left-hand corner, the northwest corner. Whenever I was at Fort Riley and I was doing my hazmat degree, that was one of the subjects that came up. That there was a couple of cities that landfills over a period of time, just end up getting covered up. And
yeah. Those old the old football fields where the Oklahoma used to play.
Yeah.
Right.
Got air monitors. Not the football fields. They're actually towns, like actual towns. Yeah. Got little air monitors all the way up, and they had to move everybody out because the shit was seeping through the ground. It's freaking
Nebraska has something similar, only not with landfills, but because it used to be part of the Stratcom and all the different aerial missile defense system. They had all these in-ground missiles, and they were having problems with their groundwater. So there were communities that had to close up shop, get moved out because their groundwater was tainted with waste from these missiles.
Damn, and that's some crazy shit. So, all right, people, do your recycling. Take your trash where you're supposed to take it. If you got chemicals and shit, paint, fuel, oil, stuff like that, take them to your local fire stations. They normally have a chemical drop-off because shit like this happens. You don't want your grandchildren or your great-grandchildren one day living in a neighborhood or a town that is sitting on top of an old landfill, and these chemicals and stuff start seeping up through the ground. Therefore, it turns into an inhalation. It's like breathing in a bad gas and getting sick off of it. Then next thing you know, the government, of course, they had to pay for it, but moved everybody out. They had to. It's uninhabitable. They said it would be uninhabitable for like 100 years, and that's crazy. That's like 100 nuclear warheads being set off. Our planet would be uninhabitable for 100 years. It's crazy.
It's like a caustic Chernobyl almost. I mean, it's obviously it's not nuclear, but at the same time, the waste that's involved. This is stuff that it's affecting children. It's affecting people's lives in a way that you don't come back from. So
that's right.
And I don't get it. Maybe it's because kids nowadays are less durable than kids from my era. Because I remember my grandfather taking us to the landfill and saying, "Hey, go find something to play with."
Yeah.
It was just, it was